Right, I've completed Saros on the PS5, beaten the main bosses, got the good ending, and here's the honest take. It's good, Saros is good, but you absolutely have to persevere through the early pain. At the start, it can feel brutal. You die, you repeat, you get battered by enemies, patterns, and so on. It can feel like you're not making much progress, but that's the loop, right? You're meant to die, learn, level up, unlock more, and slowly get better. That's how it plays. Once I accepted that, the game started to open up. For me, the early runs, yeah, they were the hardest part mentally. So, you know, that caught in that game loop and trying to break it was pretty tough. Not because the game's bad, but just because you're still learning how things go, how it wants to play. You can't stand still, you can't panic dodge into everything. You need to keep moving, read the screen, aim for the weak points, use the right weapon, create space, and get things done when it gets too busy. That's when the flow state kicks in. That's where Saros becomes really good. When you're moving constantly, dodging through attacks, firing back, zipping away, reading a bullet pattern, staying calm under pressure, the game feels brilliant. It becomes almost like a bullet ballet, chaotic but controlled, hard but fair once you understand the rhythm. The boss fights, definitely the highlight for me. The Prophet feels like the game's teaching you the basics, Bastion pushes things further, Rabdom or Rabdom, depending on how you're saying it, is just he just needs to stop jumping around like a rabbit, to be fair. But Legion is where the movement becomes everything. The Architect's about reading the yellow spheres, avoiding the red ones, and using the smart rifle. Priestess, Shepherd, and King push you right to the end game pressure. By the time you get to the final fights, you're not just reacting anymore. I was reading the screen properly, and that's when Saros really is at his best. So my biggest tip is simple: keep moving. Most of the time when I died, it was because I stopped moving, got greedy, or tried to squeeze in damage when I should have been creating space. Use the zipping away, that's the most effective. Use the shield, reset the fight, give yourself room to breathe. For Rabdom, zipping away to get away when he starts bouncing around, when you see the red spheres, using the kind of grapple, and don't let him trap you close. Legion, keep moving, keep aiming for the center, keep running in a circle and aiming for the center. The pistol with the explosive round really works well there, when you get it upgraded, of course. An Architect, smart rifle, yeah, it's a little bit of a cheese method, but look for the gaps in the yellow spheres, you know, jump towards them or zip past them, and when the red spheres come in, jump away, zip away. Don't try to be clever, just survive the pattern and get your damage in when the window opens. It's a general rule for Saros, right? First, device first, damage second. Visually though, the PS5 Pro and PSSR is a great showcase for Saros. The particle effects, lighting, boss arenas, movement, they all look excellent in 4K. There's a lot happening on screens, sometimes almost too much to take in, but when it works it looks incredible. And there was no slip-ups when all that action was going on as well. Look, as a running gun, it's absolutely solid. Where I'm less convinced though is the story. Kind of understand the broad idea of what's going on with the crew, and the dialogue gives some context as you play, but honestly, never felt emotionally attached to it in the same way I did like with something like Pragmata. With Pragmata, I cared most about the characters and what was happening. With Saros, I knew there was a story there, but it was not really the reason I kept playing. It was the game loop, because it's strong. The shooting and movement feels sharp, movement matters, the upgrades make a difference, the bosses feel like proper milestones, and once you start to get better, it becomes very hard not to go again. That is what Saros does well. It's what it does well. It gives you that feeling of one more run. Even after a bad death, you know that you can do better next time. You know you've made the mistake, what mistakes you've made. You know the pattern now. You know what weapon worked, and you know where you panicked. And that comes into play quite a lot on the final boss and the final second time round with the King. So look, honest verdict, it's not a relaxing game. It's not something I would recommend if you want an easy story-driven experience where you can switch off. You can't do that. But if you like tough action games, boss fights, bullet hell combat, movement-heavy shooting, and that feeling of slowly mastering something that battered you at the start, then Saros is the one for playing. You need to just push through the early pain. Once the flow state kicks in, the game becomes properly good.
I don't deserve more than this.
I've got a full Saros boss fight, clean runs, good endings, and tips on the channel, so check those out if you're stuck, or you just want to see how the later fights play out. If this review helped, please make sure you like and subscribe to the video and drop us a comment. And with what Saros boss gave you the most trouble? The king is down, the good ending's done, and I'm definitely not punching him again. Thanks very much. Bye.
I was better. Yesterday is a lie.
You shouldn't have come here.
Nithya.
This was my dream. Not yours.
I just didn't want to lose what we had. I took things too far. I couldn't stop.
You can't change what you've done, Arjun. It's a new day. I wonder what you'll do with it.
I'm sorry, Nithya. I'm sorry.